Welcome to your monthly astrology. I'm not on film, you might have noticed. That's because I went on a long hike yesterday and got totally sunburned. I'm staying off camera until I've recovered, but it's not that bad. But I got Leo rising. This month we have a very intense time. It's one of the most important months of the year. That is because it's eclipse season and we've got 5 planets going retrograde. Very, very, very big news. Here's your monthly astrology. Hey, wondrous divine Pisces, how are you? This month is a tricky one for a sensitive soul like you. I mean, don't get me wrong, it will bring a huge, vast amount of treasure, and hopefully whatever goes on this month will lead to such happiness and greater happiness and greater authenticity and huge dollops of love coming your way. So don't panic, but we've got to deal with it. We've got to talk about what's real. Firstly, Mars is going into your position. And actually, one of the flavours of this month is you organising your life, you sorting things out, and you're not ignoring things that you have to deal with. Because Mercury is going retrograde also in that energy. There's hard work you've got to put in this month, but there will be rewards if you do it. And I have to say, if you are cutting corners, if you are not doing the hard work, if you're doing the opposite, and you're kind of just trying to ignore what you've got to be doing, it's not worth the hassle. Trust me, with Mercury retrograde, you're going to get caught out. So, really make sure that everything is up to date. You're crossing the T's and dotting the I's. Not only is Mercury going retrograde, but also your ruler Neptune and Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter. You catch my drift. It's one of those months that we had. Well, remember, I think a couple of years ago, we had like retrograde. And it's like that vibe for this month. So it's like, got to deal with the past again. But ultimately, you will get treasure there. Now, for the main event, we've got New Moon in Cancer and the total solar eclipse. And it's in your place of pleasure, love, children, sensuality, soulmates, all of that. And solar eclipse is about not seeing something, about having a blind spot, about being blindfolded, about being unclear. But then there's a great ta-da and a revelation. But for you, it's, when we're particularly fond of something or someone, a lover, a child, the things that make us happy, we can have a blind spot about things. We can have a habit that we know is bad for us, but we're like, well, we don't want to see it for what it is. We have a lover that's a wrong one, and we're like, no, really, you just don't understand them, you say to other people, or a kid that does something, and we're like, absolutely no, my child wouldn't do that. All of these things are our blind spots, and there are blind spots because we have the love in our heart, extra love in our heart for these things. So there may be something revealed to you about something that you love that surprises you. But don't worry about it, because luckily Venus, the planet of love, is also going into that area around the 3rd UK time, and that softens it. So you're being looked after by the universe. You're being nurtured. You're being taken care of and protected in some way. Doesn't mean the truth ain't going to come out, but it means that there's a sort of a cosmic bubble of pink love around you. Now there's lots of other intense things going on. The Sun is conjunct the North Node opposite Saturn, and that's very karmic. It's like and that's not, there's lots of karmic things going on this month, which are about you feeling very intensely and feeling things on a deeper level than usual. I know that as a Pisces, that's your nature anyway, but it's almost like there'll be strange coincidences and feelings of intensity. The full moon in Capricorn and the other partial lunar eclipse is in your connected to people zone. So it's in your friendship zone, it's in collaborations, it's your belief systems, etc. And that's a good day to hang out with people that get you, that know you, that love you, warts and all, that don't, you don't have to be anything other than you with. That's the beauty of true friendship. We can be ourselves, and we don't have to hide anything. Just be totally open with your pals, and you can scuzz around in your pajamas or your PJs, and it's all good. So if you can hang out with your mates on that full moon, then that's happy days. But there will be a revelation connected to friendships, connected to collaborations, maybe even your belief system. that comes out after that. So just make yourself as secure as possible. With Venus opposing Saturn, there may be a power struggle between, I don't know, it could be anything. It could be to do with love and organisations, to do with you wanting to have pleasure, but also being tied to a group of people. And so maybe having to please lots of people rather than just doing what you want to do. You should resolve it by the 18th of July, 18th, 19th, because Venus is trine your ruler Neptune. That's a fabulous thing. So you should have a wonderful experience around the 18th and onwards, where you feel very positive and you feel that things are transforming, and you're also, your natural spirituality, your natural soul satnav, your natural instincts lead you in the right direction and lead you in the direction to pleasure. Mercury is retrograding back into Cancer and your 5th house of pleasure and soulmates. There's lots of discussions, there's lots of big feels this month and lots of intensity, but there could be a power struggle again when Venus opposes Pluto on the 21st. Now the sun is shifting signs and making you really want to work hard. You're feeling like you want to work hard and you want to get things done. There's also a grand fire trine. Patriarchal astrologers may not agree with me, but I'll take you through it. It's Moon in Aries trine Juno, and Mars in Leo trine Jupiter in Sagittarius trine Moon in Aries. And basically you could have a work breakthrough. You're working really hard, but you've also got a touch of genius to you. Mercury is also conjunct Venus on the 24th in your pleasure zone. No doubt there is going to be some pleasure, wonder and fun mixed in with all the cosmic intensity this month. And also work should pay off, particularly money-wise, but fingers crossed by the end of the month. Mars is trine Jupiter, and then we have Venus going into your work zone. So there's this sort of hive of activity around career and abundance. I send you so much love. Have a stunning month, and I'll talk to you soon.